Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Why Savannah Chrisley is moving out her parents' Nashville mansion. 1 month after her parents Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley were released from prison, the Chrisley Knows Best alum is excited to go back to the carefree life of a 28-year-old, and part of that experience is living on her own. "I'm moving into a condo," Savannah told Juju Chown in a family interview for ABC News Studios' Impact X Nightline. But despite the perks of living in her parents' $1.6 million Nashville mansion, Savannah is ready to find something lower maintenance for herself. "I'm not gonna miss landscapers," she admitted. "I'm not gonna miss pool people." While her parents were in prison for tax fraud and evasion convictions, they received pardons from President Donald Trump on May 28. Savannah was raising her siblings Chloe Chrisley, 12, whose dad is Todd's son Kyle Chrisley, and Grayson Chrisley, 19. And despite that immense responsibility, Todd wasn't too pleased with her homemaking skills. Photos Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley's family tree. "He comes in and is critiquing everything in the house," she recalled. "I was literally fighting for y'all for 2.5 years and raising kids. I think the floors are fine." On top of that, Savannah spent years tirelessly advocating to free Todd and Julie, who were originally sentenced to 12 years and 7 years, respectively, from behind bars. And after their release, Savannah was met with social media rumors and conspiracy theories rather than applause. "Obviously, the biggest misconception right now is that I either paid for a pardon or slept for a pardon of something," she said during a press conference last month. "If people knew the countless hours and the money and the time that I spent going to DC, literally with not a meeting scheduled, and I just got on a plane and went and said, I'm going to be in the right room at the right time and meet the right people. I fought hard, and I was exhausted, and I begged for meetings," she continued. "I was never too good to ask. And that's the thing, is people think, oh, you're a celebrity, you're white, you have money, that we got an upper hand. And we didn't. I had to fight, and I was relentless, and that's how it happened. Finally, people listened." For a complete timeline of Todd and Julie's legal case, keep reading. For years, the Chrisley mansion in Nashville stood as more than just a sprawling southern estate with gleaming white columns and meticulously kept grounds. It was the family's epicenter, the place where every sharp-witted argument, tender reunion, and reality TV camera angle unfolded. Inside those walls, Todd and Julie Chrisley ruled with a mixture of humor, discipline, and the kind of over-the-top charm that made Chrisley Knows Best a household staple. But now, the once bustling mansion feels different. Its echoing hallways carry more silence than laughter. Its ornate chandeliers shine down on uncertainty rather than lavish dinner parties. And Savannah Chrisley, the daughter who once found both security and suffocation within those walls, is finally preparing to leave it behind. A mansion without its anchors. When Todd and Julie entered prison, the mansion they left behind quickly lost the heartbeat it once had. The kitchen, once alive with Julie's carefully plated meals and Todd's colorful commentary, became a quiet space. The living room, where the family gathered for everything from Christmas mornings to impromptu reality TV confessions, seemed frozen in time. Savannah, who stepped up to become caretaker for her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, found herself not only filling the roles of big sister and provider, but also standing as the emotional anchor for a home that suddenly felt too heavy to live in. "Sometimes the house feels like it's holding its breath," Savannah admitted in an interview. "Like it's waiting for mom and dad to walk through the door and make everything feel normal again." But deep down, she knew normal inside gilded walls. The Chrisley mansion was built for a family of 7 with larger-than-life personalities. But now, Savannah has realized it's too big for the life she wants to build. Each room is a reminder of what once was. Todd's sharp suits hanging in a closet. Julie's recipe books stacked neatly but untouched. The sound of laughter from Chloe's first steps echoing in Savannah's memory more than in reality. While her siblings still see the house as a home, Savannah feels it as a burden. Between paying the upkeep, maintaining the staff, and simply walking through its cavernous hallways, she often finds herself overwhelmed. "It's beautiful, but it's not mine," she confessed. "It was theirs, and living in it makes me feel like I'm stuck in their story, not writing my own." The pull toward independence. For Savannah, moving out of the mansion isn't just about space, it's about growth. She's always been vocal about her dreams, expanding her podcast, diving into her beauty brand, and continuing her work as a media personality. Yet each step forward feels tethered by the weight of living under the Chrisley family banner, both literally and figuratively. The mansion, while impressive, has become more of a symbol of her parents' legacy than her own. Every visitor walks through the doors and asks about Todd's office, Julie's kitchen, or the filming spots from their reality show. Savannah wants to invite people into a space that reflects her, a place where she can entertain friends without the constant reminder of the cameras that once followed her every move. In her words, "I want to walk into my home and feel like I belong there, not like I'm babysitting my parents' dream." A new chapter for Grayson and Chloe. Another reason for Savannah's decision to move is her siblings. Grayson, now older and eager to carve out his independence, has been pushing for a fresh environment. Chloe, still young but vibrant, needs a sense of stability that doesn't rely on filling the absence of her grandparents. By moving out of the mansion and into something more manageable, something cozier, grounded, and fitting for their current life, Savannah hopes to create a healthier environment for them. "They don't need a museum of what life used to be," she explained. "They need a home where they can make new memories, without feeling like they're just trying to fill mom and dad's shoes." The emotional weight of letting go. Leaving the mansion isn't an easy decision. For Savannah, it's layered with guilt and nostalgia. The walls have witnessed her triumphs, her heartbreaks, and the delicate balance of being both daughter and star. Letting go feels, in some ways, like betraying the very foundation her parents worked so hard to build. But Savannah is learning that letting go doesn't mean forgetting. In fact, it's her way of honoring her parents' lessons. Todd and Julie, for all their flaws, instilled in their children the importance of resilience and chasing after dreams, even when the world is watching. "Dad always told me to never let the world define me," Savannah said. "So now I'm finally taking that advice. I'm defining myself outside of these walls." Nashville roots, new beginnings. Despite leaving the mansion, Savannah has no plans to abandon Nashville. The city holds too many of her roots, the friends she's grown close to, the business opportunities waiting for her, the familiarity that comes with knowing her community. Her move is less about escaping Nashville and more about finding a piece of it that fits her better. She's been scouting neighborhoods that balance privacy with community, a space where Grayson can have his independence, Chloe can feel safe, and she can continue building her own identity without the looming shadow of her family's past. From reality star to reality builder. For years, fans watched Savannah on screen, scripted and edited into the family dynamic. Now, for the first time, she's stepping into a role unscripted, raw, and personal. Moving out of the mansion symbolizes her transition from being a character in her parents' world to being the main character in her own. She's not just leaving a house. She's leaving behind a chapter of her life defined by others, and writing one defined by herself. "Everything I've been through, the highs, the lows, the spotlight, the scandals, has shaped me," Savannah reflected. "But now, I get to choose what shapes me next." A mansion becomes a memory. As Savannah packs her belongings, framed photos, treasured keepsakes, Chloe's art projects taped to the fridge, she feels the bittersweet sting of goodbye. The mansion will always hold a part of her story, but it no longer needs to be the setting for her future. Her parents may have built it, but Savannah is ready to build something of her own.